everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last build we went video game when we built the impact grenade from Star Wars Battlefront. Now if you missed that build, we're going to include the link in the description below for the channel's homepage so you can go over there and check out impact grenade or any of the other cool videos we have there. But for this build, we are going to go action adventure. So without further ado, Black Sheep Props would like to introduce you to the newest member of the family. That's right, check it out. It is an element blaster from Guardians of the Galaxy. Dig that. That is double barrel fun right there. A lot of layering on this thing. A lot of steps, but nothing is hard. Totally easy, just a lot, but not hard. But a lot, but not hard. You've seen this thing many times. Black, silver, and a little bit of goldish copper in there, and banged up and distressed and all weathered, and it's got the cool stains on the front of both barrels when metal heats up and it turns into that rainbow color, which is really easy to do. So in this episode, making an EVA foam element blaster part 1, we're going to begin going step by step through how to make it. And we have a template too, so if you want to build your own and build along with us, we're going to include the link in the description below to the storefront so you can go snag a template if you want. If not, that's cool too. So that's it. If you're ready to hit it, let's make something. All right, here we go. It's time to get down on Star-Lord's blaster. Haha, sweet. All right, we're gonna be layering up to create a bunch of this. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first. All right, we're gonna have 2 pieces of 3mm foam, and we're going to be sticking them to both sides of this, okay? We're taking an 18mm and a 12mm, because that's how thick we need the base of it to be. Just like that. So we're going to attach these, and then we're going to begin preparing these to attach to the sides of that before we cut it out. All right, so let's start. First things first, let's start right here. We like to tighten up our foam before we glue. You don't always have to do that, but we like to. All right, we're gonna let this dry, and after it dries, then the 2 sides can make contact. All right. All right, there we go. All right, we're coming in with our tiny little brass tube. Now, all right, there we go. See that? We're just gonna pop through. All right, there we go, just like that. All right, we got all of our holes popped out. All right, we're gonna line our edge up right on these 2 circles, right there. All right, now let's flip it around to this side. Do the same thing over here, line up with the 2 edges of this circle, and go through just like that. And then, see that? The middle comes out. That's it, that's simple. And if you have a little hiccup right here or right here, we can come in with the Dremel afterwards and clean it up, but that's really small. All right, so we're just gonna finish these up. All right, there we go, check it out. All right, we're gonna put in a really super skinny little bit here on the Dremel. All right, there we go, we cleaned them up a little bit. Not perfect, but pretty good. From 2 feet away, no one's gonna see that. Let's tighten our foam up. All right, now because this is 3mm foam, you can stretch it easy, so make sure you don't. All right, let it fall down. We're not gonna stretch it. There we go. All right, there we go. stuck our 3mm piece down. We've got these cool little recessed vent holes right here. Now we're going to come in and we're going to cut out this piece of foam right here. Now it's not super crucial, so we're going to come through with our box cutter. There we go, just like that. Take your time. Like we always say, don't fly by at 100 miles an hour when you're cutting. Wow, okay. Now we can take this piece and stick it to this side, and then after we do that and we flip it over and we cut it out, we'll have exactly what we wanted. Sweet. All right, now you know what's next. Now we've got both of our little recessed vent holes there on both sides, and there is our template drawn, so we know exactly what we're going to be cutting. We're going to take this over to the bandsaw and the scroll saw. We're going to use both for this. All right, so let's get ready and hit it. Okay, now we've got our dust mask on, and we're going to Dremel. We're going to soften the edges of this up. All right, there we go. Check it out. We've got a soft edge all the way around the bottom. That's all we wanted. We want to leave the hard edge up here and here and here, but we wanted to soften that, all right? Not bad. All right, there we go. Now we took our template and we transferred our lines over to both sides. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in with an X-Acto knife, okay? And we are going to make a cut. We're going to start right here. And we're going to come out that side, and we're going to come over here to the end of our cut. And we're going to go to the bottom, just like that. And then we're going to go right through to the other side. Then we're going to meet up at that corner. And we're going to make a cut right down our Sharpie line, around the back side, and right down our Sharpie line. All right, there we go. Now we're going to come in with our heat gun. We're going to heat this foam to seal it up where we Dremeled, and at the same time we're going to open up these creases to get a nice detail. All right. You know, we don't want to hit it too hard because we don't want to separate any glue, all right? So we're going to get it pretty much all sealed. Okay, there we go. Now what we want to do is we want to hit those creases. Perfect, check it out. We came in here, we've got a nice little crease now right in here that goes all the way around to the other side. Same thing here. All right, that was it. All right, now we're gonna do the exact same steps that we just did here for this piece, but we're gonna do it for the top piece, all right? We've got our two 3mm pieces. We're gonna be popping out our holes with our brass tube, connecting the lines with our X-Acto knife, and then we're gonna be cutting out this little open hole. So there's our two sides, 3mm, and then here's our 18 and our 12 millimeter that we're going to bulk up so that we have the thickness we want. All right, so all the same steps as here. All right, there we go, a nice soft edge to both of those holes. All right, here we go. We are all nice and rounded off. We used all the exact same steps we did here. We layered everything up. We attached our 3mm pieces to both sides, and then we cut it out, and then after we cut it out on the bandsaw, we really rounded the heck out of these edges right here. We just wanted a nice rounded edge. All right, now what we're gonna do is this, okay? See those marks right there on the front? We need to cut these in a circular shape at the bottom. But the only way we can do that on the scroll saw is by taking this piece and standing it up like this and cutting right around here. So we transferred our template to here and to here, and we're gonna go over to the scroll saw and cut those out. All right, there we go, check it out. We've got the rounded front cut right here and on here. All right, now we're just gonna get our dust mask on and we're gonna clean this up with the Dremel. All right, now we're gonna come in with our 220 sanding stick and we're gonna smooth it out a little bit. All right, there we go. We're rounded off right here, and we're smoothed out. All right, now we made a mistake here. We did our crease. We did our crease before, so we're gonna have to come in and patch that crease and reheat it up to open it up. And luckily we didn't do it yet on this one, so we can draw our line and do that. All right, dig that. We rounded it off, smoothed it, and then we continued our crease there. We fixed our crease, heated it up, separated it, and it's looking good. All right. All right, there we go. Perfect. Got a slight crease now right in here and over here, all the way through our pattern. Really nice. All right, now we've got both of these set. Just like that. Look at how cool that looks. All right, now we're going to start doing some details on the front end of this thing. All right, now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do some surgery here, okay? So we're going to take this 10mm piece, we're going to cut this out on the scroll saw, all right? But first we're going to cut this piece out because they're going to go together. All right, there we go. All right, now we're not gonna cut the length off yet because we're gonna wanna cut this first and then make a measurement around it. So let's go over to the scroll saw and knock this out. All right, there we go. Nice. Okay, now this is going to wrap around this piece just like that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of foam right here. We're gonna make a test measurement. All right. All right. 3 15/16. Okay, there's our mark. Now we know this is going to be the proper length when we come in and we cut it. All right, tip our knife just a tiny bit. Okay, there we go. We've got a slight bevel here now. So now when we bring this in and we wrap it, it's going to attach right together, creating that cool little detail for us. All right, so let's come in. Set it down on the end. All right, see that we're flush right there on the end. Now what we want to do is we want to roll this and keep it flush with the bottom. We're going to make contact. There we go. Now we're going to make get good contact with our seam. Look at that. Perfect. And then we just push it down to make good contact around our piece. Really cool. All right, now comes the tricky part. This is going to be living in here, actually like this, right in there. So we're going to have to make a cut. We're going to have to cut in here so that this feeds up in there and rests in there exactly where it needs to. All right, what we did is this, okay? We took our piece right here, we set it down on a piece of paper and traced it, so we know that's the exact size of our arc, all right? And then we positioned it where we wanted it and made a mark, all right? It's this top mark. Now what okay, we're going to slowly make a pilot cut. Okay, we're going to cut right around where this needs to come out, but we're not going to go all the way down in. Okay, just a pilot. Okay, we did it. Now we're going to go back through. Okay, now we're going deeper. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a pilot hole right across this bottom, not too far down. Now we're going to come back through and we're going to go in further. There we go, all the way to the base there, just like that. Go even further. Get the heck out of here! Holy cow, man! That was gold on the first try. Look at that. Bam! Wow, that is zany, man. Check that out. All right, look what we did. We transferred our pattern over. We just did a slight pilot cut around the whole thing. And then we just gradually went a little bit deeper. And then we came in and we cut, same thing, a little bit of a pilot hole and then deeper, and we pulled our piece out, and look at that. That is sweet. All right, let's clean it up just a little bit. All right, there we go. Now that comes in and it's gonna stick in there and look sweet, sweet awesome. So let's make our mark on there. Wow. All right, here we go. Because it's gonna go up in there. All right, there we go. Give it a couple minutes, then we'll stick it in place. And then we're going to stick that down at the base. All right, now we're going to push this in together so that they make contact all the way around. Holy smokes, that's a swell look. Look at that. Wow, it's kind of like recessed down in here, and this whole piece is kind of recessed inside of this. Man, is that cool. Wow, and you saw how easy it was. Dang. All right, let's move on. All right, here we go. We've got a 4mm and a 6mm piece. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. That's not bad. All right, there we go. Perfect. Nice. Tighten it up a little bit first. Look at that. Wow, easy stuff too. All right, here comes our handle piece. Right there, like that. It's a 24mm, that's an inch thick. We're going to knock this out on the scroll saw. Wow, man, that is tight. That is tighter than tight. All right, now we're gonna poke a hole out so that we can feed our scroll saw blade through there. That's all we needed. That way we can feed our scroll saw blade through there and cut these out. All right, there you go. Oh, man, Love the scroll saw. Dig that. All right, we don't have a lot of craziness going on with the handle. We're going to come in with these pieces right here. We have some simple 3mm jazz going on there, and this little rascal, a 6mm trigger. So, all right, the only place we're going to be dremeling is around this back corner and around these openings. All right, and as a matter of fact, we'll probably soften this front edge of the grip. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do first is we are going to bust out our X-Acto knife. We are going to come in with these little tiny round pieces that we made. All right, there we go. Now we're going to do what we've done a lot lately. We're going to make a little crease down the middle, and we're going to separate it with some heat. All right. Now, when we're done dremeling our handle, this will go in right there and sit right at the bottom like that. All right, simple little detail. All right, here we go. We've got our gloves on, we've got our dust mask on. All right, there we go. We got a soft back piece, soft here, and soft around the openings. All right, let's heat it up. Just enough. Just a slight soft edge in a couple spots. All right, we're going to put it back here, and we're going to line it up flush with the bottom. Tiny little bit of squeeze out. All right, we got it off. All right, sweet. Look at that. Easy stuff. It's time for this thing to get one step closer to real. Right there. All right, there we go. Here comes the fun part. Wait a minute, and then this thing's gonna look legit. Line the front up. Then we're gonna come back here. We're gonna line the back up so that we know it's centered inside of our marks, just like that. And there we go. All right, let's line our Sharpie mark up right up at the front like that. All right, now we're gonna come back here. We're gonna line it up with our mark. Remember, don't just drop it down. Take your time, line it up. Oh, man, there we go. All right. Love it, man. Love it. All right. Now we're going to do these, all this jazz in here in the middle. A lot of work in there. But so far, so good. Bam! There you go. Nice and easy. We've got most of the thing built. We've got the whole double barrel body, the handle. The only thing we don't have done is these two little like barrel assemblies in here, which is a lot of work in itself. But so far we got the bulk of this thing built, and it was easy. You can totally nail this. You saw how we did it. We just took our time, we layered up, and then after we layered up, then we cut out to make these two sections happen. And you saw how we did a lot of scroll saw and bandsaw work on this thing too. But not hard. So that pretty much concludes making an EVA foam Element Blaster Part 1. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.